It has been a big week or day for Virginia Tech football as James Franklin has officially been named as the program's next head coach.
This morning, Franklin was formally introduced in Blacksburg, which is where we find WDBJ7's Mitch Carr and Brittany Morgan, who were there during today's announcement, and they join us now live from Lane Stadium in Blacksburg.
And Mitch, we're going to begin with you.
I think you had it right. It has been a big week here already. And what we're dealing with as far as the new energy around this stadium is in this building right now. There's not new energy as of yet. But think about this. On Saturday, the number 13 Miami Hurricanes are going to come into town. Before this Franklin hire was announced, there wasn't a whole lot of fan interest. Tickets were cheap. In fact, I scooped up two on Monday for $30 a piece. Now that the announcement has been made, as of yesterday, Saturday's game is sold out because Franklin is in the fold and he's going to be here on the sidelines on Saturday with recruits, he said. Franklin told us earlier today that this was a pursuit. This was a relentless pursuit by athletic director Whit Babcock, big-time donor John Rakovich, and many others at Virginia Tech. He said they wanted him the very first time they spoke to him and that he was the one who needed to think about it. He said he called recently fired head coach Brent Pry, his former defensive coordinator at Penn State, to ask about the university, the football program, and the town, and he clearly liked what he heard. But before he could make a final decision, he said he needed the blessing of Hokie legend Frank Beamer.
Obviously followed his career for a long time, and we've been able to interact. It was call coach, tell him that I was close to making a decision, but before making that decision, I want to show respect to him and the program that he built, and make sure that he was comfortable, again, giving me his blessing.
And Coach Beamer was in the house today for the announcement, so he gave his blessing over the phone and in person today. And so James Franklin wanted that blessing from Frank Beamer. He got it, and he has decided to make this his home. And as far as why he decided that Blacksburg was the right place, that's where we go to our sports director, Brittany Morgan. Brittany, over to you.
Yeah, Mitch, I think a lot of people wanted to ask James Franklin that very question and hear what he had to say about it today. Obviously, he's a very decorated coach, and some may consider bigger jobs still on the market. The Hokies weren't the only ones pursuing him either. Now, but one thing was very clear with how he spoke about taking on the opportunity today. He was impressed with the alignment that he found throughout the hiring process with Virginia Tech. That means similar ideas on investment, recruiting, and tradition.
I think it was just very obvious early on that they had a plan. Obviously, you guys have seen and heard about the investment that was made before I really even got involved in this process, so I think that was helpful. I also think benchmarking is really important, right? And being able to study how Virginia Tech ranks in the ACC in terms of investment, staff size, all those types of things was really important, so that when I got involved, they were already pretty far along in that process. So that made a ton of sense to me, and then obviously just the tradition and the history here.
Just a few of those credentials Franklin is bringing to Blacksburg. He's got a 128-60 career record. He took Penn State to the 2024 college football playoff semifinal, helped nearly 60 players reach the NFL, has 6 top 10 finishes, and won the Big Ten championship in 2016. So it's safe to say the electricity, the excitement that is happening here in Blacksburg is very well warranted. We're going to hear from some of those excited fans coming up at 5:30.
All right, good stuff there. A big day over there in Hokie Nation. Brittany, thank you.